All right, and that doesn't officially conclude the wiring. It's mostly wired at this point. There's going to be some changes as I go. I've kind of set it up for testing right now versus my final wiring, because I've got a switching power supply that's supplying 12 and 5 volt DC to my board, which my intent is to swap it out when they come in with linear power supplies. There'll be a 12 volt and a 5 volt. This guy will go away. I don't need this thing, but I wired it in anyway. It was already mounted. I bought it, and I'm just going to leave it. So a few things. Service loops. When you're wiring, I mean, maybe a good thing to do, and I do it on everything, is I leave service loops in everything. So there's a little additional wire, allows you to kind of work on things, move wires around without it being super tight. You don't want to run wires and have them terminate with exactly the right length of wire. You want to, you want to allow yourself some extra. So I'll create loops inside of the wireway. Sometimes I'll just build it onto the outside by the terminals. Instead of just going straight in, I create a loop, zip tie them, and try and keep them as neat as you can. The wiring should be kept as neat as possible. I'm no expert, but it seems like a good advice to me. So what I've done also is you don't want to run AC power and DC power parallel to each other. At some point they're going to have to cross, but you don't want your DC power lines running along in the same channels as your AC power. AC power tends to be a little dirty. You get some EMI, and you'll end up with feedback coming back through your DC power. And it can cause problems. For, let's say, this computer, I'm going to be running the 12 volt power from within the board instead of using the little power pack that came with it. You know, things like the USB devices and stuff like that, they'll pick up EMI from the AC power. Doesn't matter how clean your AC power is, it's alternating, it's going to cause issues. Network cables can also pick them up. You want to stay away from your AC power with all of your communication and touch your devices as well. Next, we're moving into the new white wood, which all the devices are going to get mounted. We did team up with a programmer, so that's going to alleviate a little bit of workload on my shoulders. I'm going to now concentrate specifically on the build and trying to make it fun, and then hopefully he's going to have the time to kind of get everything locked down and work on rules and modes and things like that. So we should start really moving quickly.